Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to be reacting to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Ultimate Guide, Volume 1, Issue 1. I am excited to jump into this. I put on my Raphael hat just for this. And yeah, I've never read a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic, so I'm curious to see how I'm going to feel about this one. That being said, if this is your first time around on this channel, I typically do reactions to like fan edits and stuff like that, but every now and again I will do a comic book reading and reaction. So without further ado, let's get into Volume 1. I'm excited to see some of the older style of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I've seen some images and stuff like that from what they used to look like, but they look very different personally to what they looked like in the show that I grew up with in the early 2000s. That being said, let's get into the reading. Alright, so to start off with, we do have some very nice looking art on the first page. It's just like a black, white, and green rough sketch looking thing. This looks like it's Raphael because he has the sai, which is pretty cool. I don't actually know if this is in color or black and white, but based off of the actual cover art, which also looks very, very cool, I must say, the look of the turtles, it's like all of them have the same headbands, right? They're all red, but they have their iconic different colored or different weapons. So I guess in the first issues, I don't know if it's going to be the entire first volume, they're all going to have the same colored headbands. That's my guess. I think later on in like volume 2 or volume 3, I think one of those covers has a like different colors for them, but at least for now, they're going to be in different colors, or they're going to have the same color rather. And in this volume, we have, it looks like 7 issues, so I'm going to do separate reactions for each of those. Also, on this side, we do have a different drawing here. Can't tell who that's of, though, because it's just the face. Although, considering the frown, I wouldn't be surprised if that was Raph. Alright, so it looks like we're getting to the actual reading. Let's jump into it. My name is Leonardo. We made a wrong turn somewhere. Now we're caught, our backs to the wall in this trash-strewn alley. Barring the way out are 15 members of the Purple Dragons, the toughest street gang in the East Side. The only way they'll let us out of here is if we're dead. Okay, so this sounds like the first episode of the series, because I believe they start off with them fighting against the Purple Dragons, and then moving on from there. I think from there it'll jump probably to a backstory. Not sure if the first issue is going to do the same thing. I hold my katana in a relaxed, ready position. To my left, Donatello and Michelangelo following suit with staff and nunchaku. Raphael guards my right side. I sense his body quivering with tense energy, waiting to be triggered into savage slashing release. Not surge. Savage slashing release. That does sound like Raphael. He seems pretty angry right then and there. And I really like this initial image. They look very, very different from what I grew up with. I mean, the expressiveness, I think of their faces, it looks a lot more like a turtle, I think, because the actual designs in the show are a lot more blocky and like a lot less, I guess, expressive with the limbs and stuff, but I think this looks actually very cool as well. You're dead, freaks. Nobody trespasses on Purple Dragon turf and gets away with it, especially when they're wearing stupid turtle costumes. Alrighty then. Yeah, so this reminds me so much of the first episode. Ooh, okay, it's a title card. He's wrong. We're not wearing costumes. Eastman and Leifertz? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Alright, so I'm assuming those are the two creators. I think there are two co-creators of this as well, so that must be them. Hey, here they come, scatter. These guys are young, but no rookies. They've been around, toughened by the streets. They've fought and beat up everything on 2 legs in this area, except us. We hit him airborne. I cut 2 on the way down. Donatello takes out a 3rd with his staff. This is pretty cool because it's more narration as opposed to action, because it's in a comic panel. It's not like showing it as much, but like you see glimpses. That's actually pretty cool in comparison to what I remember from the show. The punks won't waste much time on hand to hand. They break into small groups and open up with their artillery, right? They got their weapons out. This looks really cool. I mean, usually in American comic books, I don't see anything that's in black and white, so I actually find this very cool, where it's just shadowing and shading, and line work that's done here. It's more shadows and like shading here, as opposed to line work though. Raphael loves this stuff. There's a flash as his sai comes out, and you see the action. I'm assuming this is Raphael coming through. Yep, and 3 toughs don't even see that. Too bad. Boom, got some action going on with Mikey jumping in, kicking these guys' asses. Who are these guys? Don't know. Some kind of freaks, but even freaks can bleed. Cut them. Alright, so now they're shifting over from their artillery to their weapons, their knives. Yes, we can bleed. And so can you. That is a very telling panel right there. You got their knives and blood on the ground. This is a bit less of a child show, it seems like, than the original series, maybe. Or it's not even the original series, the 2007 series. Our first major skirmish is over, and we are still standing. Our training has served us well. Splinter will be pleased. Will he, though? You're up on the surface. I think you're breaking the rules a little bit. A police siren wails close by, coming fast. When they arrive, they will find only what's left of the Purple Dragon gang. And on this side, we got a little panel with the police popping out. I'm assuming they've entered the sewers. This hat's very old. It's hurting my head. I gotta take it off. Oof, that is a small hat. We do not like to run from those who would be our allies, but we must. They would not understand us. The storm drain beckons. We are never far from a means of escape, as we are trained in the ways of ninjutsu. This is a very cool starting out series. I really like the panel work here. It looks very cool. We strike hard and fade away, and they go right into the sewers. This is oh my god, I really like the artwork here, even though it's in black and white. I mean, this is very, very well done. I like this. I like this very, very much. This, like, I'm assuming it's done in ink, right? Or maybe it's pencil and then it was reprinted and that's why it looks like this. I'm not sure. That's very, very cool. Ooh, Splinter looks a lot more like I think the original like 80s or 90s show that I never really watched in this panel. The storm drains are our home. We know every inch of these subterranean passages. I wonder why were there not sewers like there were back in the day? Like we have now in the city? Or, I mean, by storm drains, do they just mean the sewers? Not sure. For all our years, we have dwelt in these dark depths, learning, growing, and building. Ah, my sons, you have returned at last. Have you fought? Or you have fought, question mark. And won, Master Splinter, against 15 foes. Ah, you have done well. Your skills are at their peak. I have foreseen this night for many years. No, now is the time. Time for you to be told of the mission for which I have trained you these past 13 years. You will learn of my life and how you came to be. Oh, that's interesting. So, I do remember in the first episode we get the origin story a little bit. We understand more about like Splinter's backstory as well, I think. Or perhaps that happens later on when he's like facing off against when he actually runs into Splinter, or when he actually runs into Shredder and the Foot Clan again. But that's interesting that here as well, I believe in the show he's a lot more pissed off or angry with his sons for going out and starting a fight, being seen, stuff like that. My tale begins some 20 years ago. I was a young rat, a pet brought and cared for by my beloved master, Yamato Yoshi. My cage was kept in his dojo. I watched his daily practice. It amused him to see me mimic his movements, but it was more than mimicry. Slowly I learned his art, the mysterious martial art of ninjutsu. I could not have had a better teacher, for it was said that Yamato Yoshi was the greatest shadow warrior of his clan. That's very cool. I really like that they don't explain how, despite him being just a normal rat, he's able to learn ninjutsu like this, and then later on down the line he gets the mutagen or whatever and becomes a full-grown rat, but he already learned ninjutsu. I always thought that was an interesting aspect of the story, where it's like, yeah, he was a regular rat when he learned martial arts, and perhaps your pets can learn ninjutsu as well. We got Yamato practicing his ninjutsu, we got Splinter following with him, and it looks like we got a member of the Foot Clan appearing right then and there. Let's see what happens. I wonder what's going to happen to Yamato. He was one of the famous Foot Clan, the most feared warriors and assassins in all Japan. Another member of the Foot Clan was Oroku Nagi. He and my master Yoshi competed fiercely in all things, especially in the love of a young woman, Tang Shen. Oh, I didn't know that Yoshi was also a assassin. I thought he was just a member of the Foot Clan alongside everyone else, and then the Shredder, Oroku Nagi. I thought it was Oroku Saki. Or maybe they changed that for the show. I thought it was Oroku Saki. It looks like here Yamato was also an assassin, which I don't think they really touch upon that. They just say that he's a master ninja. I don't think they specify beyond that. Perhaps because it was meant for younger audiences, they didn't want to be like, oh, Master Splinter was taught by an assassin as well. That would make sense. So we got Oroku, we got Yamato, we got Tang, all chilling in these panels. Both tried to win her, but from the start she loved only one, my master Yoshi. Nagi was insanely jealous. One faithful night, he went to Tang Shen's home and demanded that she love him. Shen refused, saying that she wanted only Yoshi. In his jealous rage, Nagi began to beat her. At that moment, Yoshi, coming to visit his lover, entered the room and saw Nagi poised to strike. Shen, oh gods, no. Ha! Yoshi dog, if I can't have this wench, no one will. Yoshi's world vanished in a red haze. And when it cleared, Nagi was no more. Was he though? Was he though? Or maybe Oroku Saki was a descendant then? I'm not sure. Because I thought, oh, perhaps Oroku Saki is a descendant, because I believe in Japanese culture, the first name might be the like family name, and then the second name is the like personal name. So maybe that's what's going on here, because Oroku Saki might just be the Shredder, but it's like a descendant type of deal. Yoshi's shame was great. By killing another member of his clan, he was dishonored. He had dishonored himself. His choices were simple, but not easy. To take his own life and hope for honor in the next life, or flee with Shen to another country and try to start his life again. He chose the latter, taking with him a few belongings, including me, and came with Shen to New York. Here, my master formed a small martial arts school. Meanwhile, in Japan, Nagi's family, especially his younger brother Saki. Okay, yep, it's Oroku Saki. Yep. That's what I was thinking. Were mourning his death. The 7-year-old Saki vowed vengeance. Oh, vengeance on Yoshi. The Foot took hold of Saki's anger and trained it to bend him to their own purposes. Saki began intense training with his hatred of Yoshi grew deeper and bitter. Alright, so he became a great warrior. Oroku Saki, you have proven yourself. Though you are only 18, you are our most cunning assassin and an able leader. Therefore, we have chosen you to go to the US and head to New York. And head the New York branch of the Foot. Wow, I'm really having trouble speaking right there. At last, a chance to avenge my brother's death. Saki moved quickly. Within a year, he had built the New York's Foot, a force to be reckoned with. Under Saki's leadership, the Foot was soon involved in many criminal activities. Drug smuggling, arms running, and their specialty assassination. Saki, now called the Shredder, was successful but not satisfied, and in his heart buried hatred for Yamato Yoshi and his wife, Tang Shen. On the night, nearly 15 years ago, Saki finally made his move. The time is right. I have tracked him down. For the murder of my brother, there will be no escape. My master Yoshi came home that evening, never expecting that the most dangerous enemy was lying in wait. Entering the apartment, his gaze fell to the still, silent form of his beloved Shen. Then he saw her killer. Good Lord, who are you? I am Oroku Saki. Oh no. And we got the first scene of the Shredder in action on this page. That's pretty dope. And he's in shadow. In the struggle, my cage was smashed. I was free, but my master was dead. In my grief, I wandered the streets, living off scraps of garbage. Then one day, while I was searching a trash can for my next meal, I witnessed an accident. An old blind man crossing the street was almost run down by a large truck. At the last moment, a young man leaped at the blind man and knocked him out of the truck's way. As the truck screeched to a jarring stop, a metal canister bounced out of the back of the truck and struck the young man near his eyes. Unnoticed by the crowd, the strange canister bounced several more times, striking and smashing the glass, which held 4 small turtles. You 4 as infants. You fell into the manhole, followed by the canister. Oh, okay, so there's a separate glass holding the turtles, and that's what was smashed, right? Okay, I see. You fell into the manhole, followed by the canister. Fortunately, a pile of dead leaves and papers broke your fall, and the canister smashed open, releasing a glowing ooze which covered your bodies as you crawled around in it. I followed you down into the storm drain, and not knowing exactly why, gathered you up into a coffee can. I took you to my burrow and washed off as much of the goo as I could. The next morning I awoke to find the can tipped over and the 4 of you double size. Somehow, that strange ooze had infected your bodies. As I learned later, it had changed me also, making me more intelligent and larger. But I didn't grow as fast as you did. Within a year, you had reached your current size. You followed me everywhere I went except above ground. I could not risk you being discovered. I was amazed at how intelligent you seemed, but even so, I was not ready for what happened one day. Splinter. They spoke. I believe it's Mikey that spoke first or something, right? One of you actually said a word. My name. So did he actually know that, did he say that that was his name? Or how did they know that that was his name? More words followed, and soon you were all speaking. Around this time, you started to stand upright and copy my movements. I'm assuming he was doing some ninjutsu. Also, they look really funny when they're young, just scrawny, and it's just really funny looking right there. I began teaching you then. Teaching you all that I had learned from watching Master Yoshi. I taught you to use the use of weapons, the art of stealth, and all that I knew of this world. In time, you surpassed my lessons and became true ninja, using a battered copy of a book on Renaissance art that I had finished out of the storm drain. I chose names for each of you: Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael. Dang, this is so cool to read because I really like the artwork, and also it's like a reintroduction to these characters that I've grown up with. I really, really love it. I am old, and there's a task that I would have you perform before I leave this life. Now, I must ask you to do that which no being should ask of another. I ask you to avenge the cruel death of my master, Yamato Yoshi, and his wife, Tang Shen. I ask you to challenge and kill the murderer Orokusaki, the Shredder. Wow, this is a lot darker than the story in the TV show, because in this TV show they don't say that they want him to murder anyone. They're like, "Oh, we want you to stop the Foot Clan," essentially. Ah, the night air. I love it. I despise the damp, dank underground. My brothers don't seem to mind it, but this is where I belong. Such a feeling of freedom, so much room to move about. This is definitely Raphael. I mean, I'm assuming, yeah. Okay, yeah, it says Raphael right there. I am Raphael, Ninja Turtle, and my master Splinter chose me for this task, to deliver a message of challenge to the Shredder. Bro, this is insane. I really like the differences here between the original story and this. Oh my gosh, this glare is insane. Splinter told me to infiltrate the Shredder's headquarters and leave a calling card. My pleasure. 2 guards on the right, 1 on the far left. They've got to go. They'll be my calling card. Intruders, stop them. They're armed, of course. That's okay. I am too. I really, really like Raph, man. He's so cool. The 3rd guard sees the action, but doesn't sound the alarm. He thinks he can take me out by himself. Who are you? Ninja Turtle. That's cool. I really like Raph. We connect mid-air. When we land, I'm standing. He isn't. Is he killing? Is he dropping bodies right now? Is that what's happening? Now to my task. The message is wrapped around one of my sides. I can see Oroku Saki inside talking to some flunkies. Take an easy shot. So, you see, Mr. McAdam, it is to your advantage to have my protection. Hey! Good lord, what is that? Oroku Saki, also known as the Shredder. You have shamed and dishonored the name of your family by murdering Yamato Yoshi. I give you the chance to regain your honor. Meet my 4 disciples for a duel to the death tomorrow night at the following address, 15th Street. Mr. Oroku, is this the protection you would have us purchase? If you cannot keep your own complex secure, outrageous. Then we cannot believe that your protection is worth anything. Goodbye, sir. Who can this challenge come from? What fool would pit his minions against the might of the Shredder? It doesn't matter. This affront will come to grief soon enough. There will be a duel, and there will be death. Theirs. This is very intense. Also, the Shredder's hair is crazy looking, man. This is it, my brothers. Use your climbing claws and go silently. Shredder, we are here. They literally just yell. Alright, dude. Shredder, face us. Who are these fools? I'm assuming the Shredder's not actually going to show up. They're going to get their butts beat. Oh no, it is the Shredder. It is the Shredder. That is hilarious. Okay, that looked very lean. I guess he's a lot leaner here. I still do not quite understand why after so long this comes back to haunt me. I killed Yoshi 15 years ago. No matter. My men are still in place. And the time is near. I shall finish this business once and for all. Shredder, do you fear us? Come, I am here. Come face your doom. Join me. Foot, join me rather, not the other way around. Ooh, it's a full spread. That's dope. That's really dope. All right, so we got Leo over here. We got Mikey over here. We got Donnie. We got Raph. Where is Shredder? Do I see Shredder in this image? Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Maybe he's just watching to see how strong they are. These guys are good. Ugh, too good. But we are better. Yeah, we got that confidence boost right there. Your ninjas have fallen, Shredder. Oh, I see. They were good men. My best. I see, too, that they have left their mark. Yeah, they got their butts kicked as well. They may have ended up standing, but they were not unscathed right here. And now the Shredder's gonna take his time. Come on. Honestly, Splinter should have shown up here for this fight. Come on. That was just students fighting students. Now you must face a teacher, a master. Come, one at a time, or all at once, I don't care. For only I will leave here alive. Me first. Yeah. Shock. Oof. That blood right there, that blood's dripping. It looks like Raph got beaten down. He's getting beaten down. Ha! You left yourself wide open. You are much too slow. Ugh. Amateurs. Come, Gaijin. Gaijin means outsiders, right? Your brothers have fallen. You are next. Ha. Ugh. Bah, bah, 4 fools. I really like the sound effects that they have here. He is too skilled for us to fight one-on-one. Brothers, use group tactics and distance against him. They got those, are those ninja stars, I guess? Thunk. Thup. Ugh. Dodge these, master. He just threw his weapons, bro? Well, that sounds like a terrible idea. Curse you. Ugh. Ha. They actually seem a lot more even with the Shredder than they do in the show at the very start of the series. Ugh. Oh, he gets his helmet kicked off right away. Oh my gosh. They are much better off than in the original, like in the TV show. In this comic, they're much better. This is the end for you, Shredder. Ugh. You are overly confident, fool. Perhaps he is, Shredder. Huh. But perhaps not. Oof, they stab him. Now you are beaten. So, finish it, fools. I am helpless. Slay me now. We turtles are not dogs without honor. Unlike you, Orokusaki, we will give you one more chance to redeem your honor. Take this katana and commit seppuku. Never. If I must kill myself, I will take all of you turtles with me. This thermite grade will wipe this rooftop clean of all life, including you. That's crazy. The turtles are a lot more hardcore here, man. They're like, commit seppuku. I guess maybe this was meant for teens back in the day. I think so. No! Donnie knocks him in the face, and then the Shredder falls to what it seems like his death. Yo, this is like the entire first season arc right here. They almost killed the Shredder, but like, this is the very start almost. Because they got the gauntlet sitting there. Or no, maybe he's disappearing. Wait, let's see. Our mission is accomplished. Our master's master is avenged. Yes, so are we all, Michelangelo. Let's go home. Oh, I'm tired, Lino. Ah, ache all over. A hot bath would be nice. Leonardo, look, that piece of armor. It seems like that was the Shredder's. That the Shredder has been shredded, rather. We are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We strike hard and fade away in the night. So it looks like here they think that do they think the Shredder's dead at the end of this? That's interesting, actually. That's quite interesting. Alright, well, that is the end of the first chapter. We got some annotations here. I don't think I'm going to read that. Maybe I'll read that off panel just for myself, but that's pretty dope. So yeah, that was the first issue of Volume 1 of TMNT, the Ultimate Edition. I had a lot of fun reading this. It's been a lot of fun. This first chapter, it's a bit longer than I actually thought it was. It's like twice as long that I expected one issue to be, but I really liked it. It was a lot of fun to read. That being said, did you enjoy my reading? I think as I went through it, I got a little bit more expressive with it, and it was a little bit more fun, so I really liked that. It was a lot of fun for me. Did you enjoy this reading? Let me know in the comments below. Do you want me to do more videos like this in the future? I think I'm going to read at least the entirety of Volume 1 at some point down the line. That being said, if you have any other videos you'd like to see from me, please let me know in the comments below. And as always, I hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, please like the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.